Detective Sarah Parker had seen her share of crime scenes, but this one left her feeling uneasy. The body of a young woman, Emily Taylor, was found in a deserted alleyway, her body mutilated and her throat slashed. The investigation began, and the detectives quickly discovered that Emily had been working as a prostitute to make ends meet. As the detectives delved deeper into Emily's life, they discovered that she had been involved with a number of high-profile clients, including a prominent lawyer, a wealthy businessman, and a well-known politician. The detectives questioned each of the clients, but they all had solid alibis for the night of the murder. However, they did find evidence that Emily had been blackmailing each of them, threatening to expose their secrets if they didn't pay up. The detectives were left with a tangled web of suspects and motives, including a vengeful client who had been exposed by Emily, a pimp who had lost his source of income, and a jealous lover who had discovered Emily's secrets. As the investigation continued, a new witness came forward claiming to have seen a man leaving the alleyway around the time of the murder. The detectives followed up on the lead and discovered that the man was a known drug dealer with a violent criminal record. The detectives brought in the drug dealer for questioning, and he confessed to being in the area on the night of the murder. However, he claimed that he had not seen anything and had no involvement in the crime. Meanwhile, the detectives discovered that Emily had been involved in a complex scheme to launder money for a major drug cartel. Emily had been working with a group of accomplices to transport and distribute drugs across the city. The investigation led the detectives to a wealthy businessman, Michael Johnson, who had been funding the drug cartel in exchange for a cut of the profits. Michael was a highly influential figure in the city and had a reputation for being ruthless and calculating. The detectives believed that Michael had been involved in Emily's murder, but they had no concrete evidence to prove it. Michael had an alibi for the night of the murder, and his connections to the police and other powerful figures made it difficult for the detectives to gather any solid evidence against him. The investigation dragged on for months, and the case grew more complicated with each passing day. The detectives were left with a tangled web of suspects and motives, and the murder of Emily Taylor remained unsolved, leaving Detective Sarah Parker haunted by the case that got away.